Hello, everyone. It's Selina Rose, holistic nutritionist from selinarose.ca. I'm super excited today to be here live from Be Greater Orgnics. I'm going to have the owner of Be Greater, Chantelle, help me out with this broadcast. But first, I'm just going to take a quick minute to share this stream. So while I'm sharing this stream, why don't you go ahead and share this stream? So if you think that you have a friend or a family member, somebody who you think would benefit from learning about natural cosmetics, go ahead and share this stream to your Facebook page and invite them to check it out. So let's see, I'm sharing this into my Healthy Balance Free summer group. And while I get this set up, if anyone has questions about natural cosmetics, or maybe you've been thinking about trying a product but you're not too sure about it, maybe you've been into Be Greater and you've seen a product and you're like, how is that one? How's that going to work? Please type that into the comments and let us know, because we are going to have access to the owner, Chantelle, here this morning, so she can help us out. Let's see. Okay, great. So we have shared this and we are all set to go. I'm going to welcome Chantelle. So for anybody who hasn't met this beautiful lady, she has contributed so much to our community by opening up this store, and it was all started by her own inspiration by her son, and you can hear more about that from her if you come into store and are looking around at the products. Chantelle's often here and ready to help.
Always here.
Great. So to start off our conversation this morning about natural skincare products, I wanted to share some statistics with you. So the Environmental Working Group did a study a couple of years ago, and it said that the average person is exposed to 126 chemicals a day from personal care products alone. So that's a staggering statistic, 126 chemicals a day from personal care products. That's a ton of chemicals, especially now as we hear so much about detoxifying our body, the benefits of living clean and having a healthy lifestyle. You can really see how your personal care products can contribute to that. Another statistic for you, over 12,500 personal care products contain 80% of the top 12 toxic chemicals, and that one is from the David Suzuki Foundation. So you can see that what we're talking about today is a really big subject, and it's got a lot of impact for our health because we're exposed to so many chemicals on a daily basis. So if we think about just being outside, breathing exhaust, chemicals from plastics and things are in our environment, and then it's not only the things that are around us, but it's the things that we're putting on our skin.
Exactly. I don't think people realize how many products they actually use in a day that contain all these chemicals, from skin care, facial care, body care, hair care.
Yes. Even our nails. Ladies
Absolutely.
Going to get our nails done using nail polish, even soaps, antibacterial soaps, the fun, smelly, foamy soaps. Yeah, not good for us. And so we're going to talk a little bit more about that today. And then I'm going to prepare a blog article that I can email out to anybody who's interested. It's going to have the top 12 dirty chemicals to look for, so that when you're shopping, you know what you don't want in your products. We're starting to see a lot of products come out and say that they have no parabens or no BHT in them, and that's really great, but sometimes there's other chemicals that we might need to look for. So I'll send you guys a complete list. If you're not on my list or part of the Healthy Balance Free program, send me a personal message or just drop your email into the comments here, and I'll make sure that you get a copy of that article so that you can protect yourself as well. So how do these chemicals get into our products in the first place? I think this is something that's really important to shed some light on. The Canada Health Canada doesn't require that companies disclose what they're putting in their products before they make it to our shelves. So that really puts a lot of onus on us, the consumers, to do our research and to be informed so that we know the health risks and benefits of these products being in our skincare lineup. And Chantelle, you've heavily researched all of the products that you've brought in. Tell us a little bit about that. What was that like for you?
I was actually really surprised because a lot of us trust these big beauty brands and believe that they are, treating our skin the way it should be treated. And that's with Love & Care, obviously, because it's one of the most important parts of our body.
Right.
So by using face cream and body cream and you're putting so many different chemicals on your body that you're not aware of. So looking into it, I couldn't believe what was going into these products. People focus mostly just on parabens, and there are so many other chemicals other than just parabens. So, it took a little bit of research, but I came across a lot of great lines like Green Beaver, which is a Canadian brand, and so many others that offer these amazing skincare lines that are with natural ingredients, herbs and essential oils and products that are actually really good for your skin.
Exactly. And we have a whole lineup. You can't see them right now because they're off camera, but we're going to show you, we're going to introduce you to a number of the great products that Chantelle found, and they're all available here at Be Greater Orgnics, so you can come in and check them out for yourselves. So we talked about some of these chemicals. We know that there aren't regulations before companies are allowed to put these products on the shelf. So we know how they're ending up in our products, but what is the role of these chemicals? Why are companies putting them in our products in the first place? So these chemicals show up as things like foaming agents, as preservatives, antibacterial agents, fragrances, or in shampoos, things that create shine in our hair. So sometimes it's those little perks that we look for in our products, things that wouldn't occur naturally, like, for example, a foaming agent. Well, you're not going to find that in nature because things don't typically have that texture in nature. So that's something to keep in mind when you're shopping, looking for things, trying to see, okay, is it in its most natural state? How would that have occurred? Start to think about these things as you're reading the product labels, and you'll see a lot of things will start to click for you.
I think with hair care, people tend to think that a foaming agent is actually really good. People think, oh, well, this just doesn't foam up. A lot of the times when it doesn't foam up, it's because there's no sulfates in it, which is actually a really good thing. Sulfates, really, they'll just dry up your hair. It's a terrible chemical for you. And if you focus on something with, like I said, an essential oil, it will moisturize your hair the same way. You may not get that sud that you want, but you'll get the same care that you would, even if you have color-treated hair. People think that because they have color-treated hair, they have to use, big brand shampoos. And there's so many really good lines for color-treated hair that are natural and work really, really well.
Exactly. Natural products have come a long way, I want to say, even in the last 5 or 6 years. So many different brands are coming out because there's starting to be more of a demand as people are being more informed about the toxic chemicals and what they can do to our body. People are wanting to stray from the drugstore brands and look to more natural things, so the quality of natural products are improving, which is really awesome for people like us who are interested in health and in going about things in a natural way. And you make a great point, Chantelle, that sometimes what we're used to, say foaming agents in our shampoos, we just need to condition ourselves to be used to something new or to be open to trying something new so that we can experience the benefits of something natural. I know that for making the switch, I made the switch probably about 4 years ago to all natural skincare, deodorant, hair care, shampoo, etc., to all natural products. And at first, some of the things it was a little bit of a curve to get used to it. I know, Chantelle, you shared a story with me once about using big department store brands and feeling kind of reluctant to make the switch.
Even having the store and focusing on nutrition and treating our bodies good from the inside. I was a little bit afraid to try skincare and makeup and hair care, being a past hairdresser.
Right.
That wasn't big beauty brands, like I call them. And I was amazed going to some of the shows at how amazing some of the products were. Natural hair care, people tend to think that, color for your hair, it's okay to just do a root touch up here and there, not realizing how much ammonia is in color and all of those chemicals. Now natural hair care covers gray completely, works just as well. It's amazing. Foundations are full of chemicals. That's the first layer. Primer. That's the first thing you're putting on your skin in the morning just to keep your foundation set all day. And you wouldn't believe the stuff that comes out of those products. That's Kula. Skincare line is amazing. Not only does it have SPFs in them, they have BB creams, so a light tinted foundation. They have setting sprays for your makeup that make your makeup last all day with green tea to help stimulate the skin a little bit. Sunless tans. So there's so many different products.
And that was all from the Kula line. Let's bring that in. We'll come in a little bit closer as we start to show you things so that you know what you're looking for when you come into the store. This Kula line is something that I was introduced to via Chantelle, but I've tried their products and I'm really impressed with them. And they have a lot of different products that that you would see in big department store brands. So I'm just going to call out MAC, for example. I used to think that their products were like the best of the best and that's what I wanted to use, etc. But I'm finding now that there's a number of natural products or natural brands like Kula that are making the same things that I would have looked for in those other brands.
And Kula is essentially started as an SPF line.
Okay.
And their product was such a good quality product that they decided to incorporate makeup care or facial care into the line. And they have the Sunless Tan, which has anti-aging serums in it that really help the skin. Not orange at all. They give you that nice glow without looking like an orangey color.
Yeah.
Easy to apply. It's a serum. You can add it to your daily moisturizer. It works awesome. It's cruelty-free. It's GMO-free. It's vegan. A lot of their products are gluten-free, which is huge because I know with my daughter having a gluten intolerance, using products that I didn't know had gluten in them really caused irritation to her skin. So someone with a gluten intolerance that uses makeup that has gluten in it could be disastrous for the skin.
For sure. I learned that the hard way with my nail polish, right? Because a lot of nail polishes will have wheat protein in them. And I was using the same nail polish that I'd always used. And of course, you're eating with your hands, right? So that's having direct contact. And I was still reacting and not realizing. And then once I started to take a closer look at my beauty products, then I was seeing, okay, look here on the label, and it's in the products that I'm using. It was in my shampoo, so I was breathing it in when I was in the shower. There's so many different things that can end up in your products and cause reactions. So be careful, especially if you have allergies.
Oh yeah, for sure. Gluten is huge because even in some natural products, they do have gluten in them. But I find that now they're really starting to eliminate it because, it really turns people away because people are really trying to focus more on gluten-free. Whether they're celiac or just have a gluten intolerance, a lot of people just have chosen not to have gluten in their diet.
Exactly. Yeah. And when there's so many different product lines on the market, we can now make those choices.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is exciting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to bring us back to some of the points that I was making at the beginning. So we talked about what these chemicals are. We talked about the role, so why they're ending up in our products in the first place, but what do they do to our bodies? So a couple of points, because they do a lot of things, but they burden our liver. So anytime there's an excess of toxins coming into our body, it's our liver's job to filter that out. So when you think about it, you have one organ for your entire body and all of the chemicals. So we mentioned that at the start of our show today, 12,500 chemicals in personal care products, 126 chemicals that we're exposed to on a daily basis from personal care products alone. That's a ton for your liver to filter out. And that's not even mentioning what you're eating or what you're breathing in or chemicals from your environment. So this is one way that we can start to take our power back by making educated, healthy choices for what we put on our bodies. So anything that we put on our skin goes directly into our bloodstream. I think this is something that we don't necessarily understand. We might think, oh, well, I'm not eating the chemicals, so therefore it's just on top, right? But it doesn't work like that.
No, I think that with nail care as well. You think, oh, it's just on my nails. Mm-hmm. But it's everywhere.
Yeah, your skin is your biggest organ, and the skin breathes, right? We have pores all over our body, and those are portals into our bloodstream. Actually, in fact, chemicals that you put on your skin topically enter your bloodstream more quickly than if you were to ingest them in your diet. So that's something really important to keep in mind, really drives home the point as to why switching to natural care products is really important. So we talked about how they burden your liver. They have potential to disrupt hormones. So a lot of these chemicals can cause hormone disruption. And so what does that look like in our body? That can lead to problems with fertility. It can lead to cancers, because a lot of cancers, particularly breast cancer, are hormone driven, so from high levels of estrogen. So if your personal care products are disrupting your hormones, creating high levels of estrogen in your body, then you're more susceptible to developing things like breast cancer.
And I think, speaking about breast cancer, a lot of people are worried now about natural deodorants. Mm-hmm. And they talk about, they're starting to realize how much aluminum are in natural deodorants. And, you're putting it under your armpits. Some people are applying it 2-3 times a day. They go to the gym, they put it on before, they put it on after. We perspire.
Yeah.
And you can tell your sweat glands when they're working. Mm-hmm. So you can only imagine by putting those chemicals in that area, what's going on.
Yeah, and the close proximity, right? And that's close to our lymph nodes, which help to pull toxins and excrete toxins from our body. But if all of that is being blocked because you're putting chemicals there, then you're not allowing that natural process to happen.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So our hormones can lead, chemicals that disrupt your hormones can lead to cancer, can affect your fertility. They can also lead to acne and weight gain, which are both hormonally driven in the body. And then all of these chemicals can also harm fish, they can harm wildlife. So it's not just about us and what we're doing to our bodies, but it's about the greater picture of the effect that this has on our planet, on our ecosystem in general. So buying these products that are harmful to our health, continuing to shop for drugstore products, it fuels the industry and it creates more demand over there instead of creating more demand in the natural sector. So I think that each time we purchase natural products, we're voting with our dollars. We're sharing with the companies who make these products what we want more of and also what we want less of. There are 2 websites that I'm going to link in the comments of this chat afterwards. The Environmental Working Group is one of them because they have an index on their website. It's called the Skin Deep Index, where you can check out your products and the different chemicals that are in them. It'll tell you why those chemicals are in them, what they can do for your health. And I'm also going to share an app that we both use. It's called the Think Dirty app. and they've made it really quick and easy for you to scan your products, so you can take it with you when you're shopping, scan your products, and it will pop up with a rating and tell you why it's rated, what it's rated, how healthy or how clean, how dirty the product is. And that can help you with your shopping.
Oh yeah, I mean, I take my phone everywhere. I think we all take our phone everywhere, but that is something I actually take with me to shows now. So I open up the app. As soon as I get into a trade show, I walk around, I see a new beauty product, I put it in my search, it comes up. If it's a 5 or above, I usually won't even look at it.
Right.
Because I know that there are a lot of chemicals in it. People would be amazed at, if they checked out some of what they think are natural products on the app, they'd be amazed at what they get out of it. And it's, so straightforward. It tells you exactly, if it's red, if it's green. Green's a go, but a lot of the products we have in store are zero, which is really hard to find. But that means, chemical free. Our makeup, Fit Glow Beauty, Canadian-based makeup out of Oakville, or Niagara Falls actually, but it is available also in Oakville. But that makeup line is a zero, and it's an aloe vera base. It has activated charcoal ingredients in it. It's unbelievable. I mean,
why don't you grab one of it and show us what we would be looking for?
So an example, this would be the powder, the setting powder. There's one powder for everyone, so it's just almost like a translucent.
Okay.
And the foundation, the Vita Active foundation, is a buildable coverage.
Okay.
So when I say buildable coverage, I mean if you want a lot of coverage, you can apply it a little bit thicker. And if you want a little bit of coverage, more like a BB cream, you can just apply, one layer of it. It absorbs really well. It's aloe vera base. It's fantastic. I mean, if you have age spots and, it'll help with those skin issues at the same time while working as your foundation. The colors are beautiful.
Yeah.
The bronzer, again, not an orangey color, very nice bronze color. The lip care, we have a new serum coming out. It's got anti-aging properties in the lip serum. It's moisturizing. All of it is cruelty-free, which is huge.
That's great.
It's a vegan product, gluten-free. I don't think there's anything in this line that the creator has forgotten about.
That's awesome. That's really great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. You'll love it.
That's great. So that product line was called Fit Glow Beauty. And Chantelle's got a number of different products in store. I encourage you to come out and to look through them, to check them out. One of the greatest things about being able to come into a store like Be Greater Orgnics is that Chantelle's done the research for you. So walking in the door that she is vetted Think Dirty app. She knows where they stand. So you're not walking in blind. You can trust that Chantelle's done her research and brought things into her store that are paraben free, that aren't going to have things like BHTs or the foaming agents in them or any of the things that we talked about earlier in the broadcast, that when you walk in here, you're safe.
Oh, absolutely. And I think a lot of people don't realize that not everything comes, from out of town. A lot of stuff is local.
Yeah.
Like Old Soul soaps. I mean, this soap is amazing.
Yeah.
Moisturizing. She comes up with new scents all the time. They have essential oils in them. They have, again, activated charcoal, tea tree. She's got a new one, avocado lime. Avocado is awesome.
It's so fun.
Yeah, and tree top.
Tree top. This is another one made here in town.
Yes, tree top bath and body is one of my favorite deodorants. It is gym worthy.
This is it right here. I'm gonna open this one up and I'll show you guys. Oh, this one's got the seal on it still.
It's a little bit of a paste, so you just lightly rub it. You don't need a lot, and apply it to the area. And now she came out with a natural spray deodorant.
That's cool.
I haven't had the chance to try it, but if it's anything like the paste deodorant, it'll be a hit because it works really, really well.
That's great. And I just want to say on the natural deodorant subject, because I have tried like 15 natural deodorants over the last several years trying to find something that works well for me. You really need to try out the product and see how it works with your body chemistry. It's such an individual thing when it comes to deodorant. So be willing to be persistent and to try different products and find one that works for you, and be ready to have to reapply during the day. So stick it in your gym bag or put it in your bag to bring with you to school or to work, because that's just the nature of natural deodorant. But I think that the health benefits that come from using natural products, particularly in such a sensitive area of our bodies, that it's really important and that it's worth it overall.
I think natural deodorant is probably where I started in terms of going natural with beauty products.
Yeah.
And it took probably, 10 to 12 different deodorants. What worked for one, like Green Beaver, which the application is amazing, it's smooth, everybody loves it.
Yeah.
Might not necessarily work for the other person. People are leery for pastes. They don't want to stick their hands in a pot, but once they try it, they love it.
Yeah, I was a little bit like that. I was like, what do you mean my deodorant's going to come in this paste form? Is going to get on my clothes? I don't find that it does. I found that transition, once I just mentally wrapped myself around it, that it was an okay transition.
Yeah, and the same goes for dental care. People don't want their toothpaste in a pod. Yeah. I understand if you don't want to share your pod toothpaste. I wouldn't want to share it either. But, activated charcoal, colloidal silver, we have amazing pod toothpastes that are natural too.
Yeah, and even some of the ones in tubes help you to stay away from fluoride and a lot of the other chemicals. Did you guys know that if you read the box or read the back of your toothpaste, it actually tells you that it's toxic? So check it out the next time that you're in the grocery store or the drugstore. You'll see that it will say something to the effect of toxic if swallowed, or don't swallow, or call poison control if you ingest too much. This is something that's meant to go in our mouths, right?
Or in our children's mouths.
How does that make sense that it's toxic, right? It's inevitable that you're going to swallow some of that. You're brushing your teeth 2 to 3 times a day, every day, consistently for the rest of your life. That's tons of chemical exposure that's completely unnecessary, because there are great products out there that work really well, that will foam up, that will taste good, and you're not getting that toxic exposure. We're just going to take a few minutes here to show you some of the other lines. One of the ones that Chantelle introduced me to is called Mad Hippie, and they have
face cream and the eye cream.
Face cream and the eye cream. These products are so silky smooth. It's like satin going on your skin. And Chantelle shared with me that people have come in and tried out one from the line and then come back to try out all of the others.
Oh yeah, I mean, with ingredients like argan oil, pomegranate, white tea, they go on very smooth. Once we give a sample to somebody, they're back. Yeah. Because they try it. We have women that come in with no makeup. And we all know that most of us don't leave our house without makeup. People come with no makeup, and they're just in awe of how amazing the product is. We can't keep it in stock. The distributor down south says, oh my God, I can't believe how well it's doing for you. But, it's got rave reviews from Allure magazine, In Style. These are huge, huge magazines that, people pay so much money to advertise in, and they're advertising Mad Hippie. Mad Hippie isn't even, paying for advertising. They're talking about how amazing the line is. Yeah. So, to jump on board, I mean, this stuff is awesome.
For sure.
And this is like a couple days, you notice results.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So one of the big questions that I get asked around the subject of natural skincare, particularly anti-aging, is, does natural skincare offer anti-aging? Will this work? That's one of the biggest discussions that I've had with my mother personally, is she was leery, anti-aging, is this going to work? Is it going to be okay? And my answer is yes. Yes, there are so many ways that you can access anti-aging and still come out with glowing skin from your natural products. So all of these natural products, they don't have preservatives in them, or if they do, they're using natural preservatives. So there's nothing that's going to be harsh or abrasive on your skin. And there's going to be a lot of natural antioxidants. So think about plants out in nature, weathering all of the elements, etc., growing in the most obscure conditions around the world. these plants are really resilient. And so when they're making natural skincare products, companies are removing those extracts from the plants and putting them into our skincare products so that we can have those benefits too. How have you felt about anti-aging with natural skincare products?
I think the products are amazing. I have not noticed a difference. I've actually noticed I do have pigmentation, age spots as we call them. Obviously, worshiping the sun is no longer something people do.
Yeah.
But we did in our teens, and some of us used to tan in tanning beds and all those terrible things. And I do notice that a lot of our natural skincare really helps with anti-aging.
Yeah.
I feel like my personal skin and the staff, we range from 18 to 65, and they all use products from the store. Some of us were ordering products online in the hundreds of dollars that are now switching to Mad Hippie or Kula or Green Beaver, which are so reasonably priced.
Yeah.
You won't find something over $50 in Mad Hippie, which is really, really
That's
reasonable.
right.
Work just as well, if not better.
Yeah.
So we've had amazing results, not only with staff, but also with customers.
That's really great. So the anti-aging properties are there, and it's even better that they're coming from natural sources. I do want to say, though, that with our skin, it's not just about what we're putting on our skin, but it's about what we're putting in our bodies that's going to produce the healthy, glowing skin that we want, that's going to give us the anti-aging effects that we want. If you want to continue to have great skin, then you need to eat your greens and make sure that you're detoxifying, make sure that you're getting enough protein. And Chantelle's got one product here that's collagen, because a lot of studies are coming out about how our bodies naturally produce less collagen as we age. This has been something that we've known for a number of years now, but studies are coming out around how, because meat these days is very processed, we're not getting the same amount of collagen from our meat sources for those of us who do eat meat that we used to. So this is one product that's really great.
This is Vital Protein. This is the collagen beauty greens, they call it. So you're getting hyaluronic acid. This is a marine collagen, so from fish rather than from beef or a bone broth. This product is really, really good because it gives you all three benefits. Not only do you get the marine collagen, you get your greens, you get your hyaluronic acid. It works really, really well. And all Vital Protein products are from pasture-raised, grass-fed.
That's great.
So that's really good. Not the marine, but the actual bone broth collagen, which is not only good for your skin, it's also good for your gut health.
That's awesome.
So everybody knows now collagen, the benefits of it. So you're going to get a lot of benefits in terms of skin as well. Skin, hair, and nails.
Yes.
Lots of benefits.
Yeah, with collagen for sure. So it's important to look at what you're putting on your skin, but definitely also looking at what you're putting in your body to produce the anti-aging effects, to have great skin, etc. I'm a very big fan of taking no makeup days. If you see me at the gym or if you run into me at the grocery store, you'll know that more often than not, I'm not wearing makeup or wearing very little makeup at all to let my skin breathe. Even though I use natural products, it's still good to give your skin that break and to be in that natural state as often as possible.
I wish I could say the same, but I don't give my skin a break. But if you're like Selina, I mean, that's amazing. I wish I could do that. I myself am a makeup girl, so I'm the complete opposite. So you're kind of getting both ends of the spectrum here. I wear makeup every day, but if you're going to use it, you might as well use a clean product. Where if your skin's not breathing, the way it would without makeup, at least it's breathing or taking in essential oils and natural products.
Exactly, and not 126 chemicals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's try to stay away from those chemicals.
Exactly, yes. And so I want to close off today by saying that I recognize that coming from drugstore brands or using big department store brands, there might be a little bit of reluctance to start to switch your beauty products over. It's a big change in routine, right? But I want to make sure that you know that it's worth it. If you're tuning into this live chat late, go back and watch from the beginning where I share some statistics with you about the different chemicals that are showing up in our products, about how our beauty care products aren't regulated. They're not tested before they go onto the shelves. So we are really being the guinea pigs. And so I'm suggesting let's take that choice. Let's take our power back and choose good products. Come to a store like Be Greater where they've done their research and they've chosen the best products for you, for your skincare, and for your overall health. You can start off by just switching 1 or 2 products over. It doesn't have to be a total overhaul.
And that's what I always say too. People tend to think, okay, I'm changing if it's a diet or skincare. I'm going to switch it all. I think it's way too much at once.
Right.
Focus on one product, especially with facial care. Maybe a foundation, a setting powder. Those 2 are really good starts. That's your base. And then you'll see once you try those products that they are amazing and they will compare with the stuff that you're using. Not only quality-wise will be better, but price-wise as well.
For sure. And there's so many colors available now, even compared to 6 or 8 years ago.
Yeah, I think we started with shades that people were afraid of.
Yes.
Right? They launched natural skincare and people were thinking, oh my God, these colors will never work. And they were probably right back then because it takes work to find the right pigmentation and to suit everybody's skin color because there are so many different shades. But, once you take a look at the product now, you'll realize that the colors are really, really nice.
Yes, exactly. So I'd encourage you to come out and try it. Check things out. Start with 1 or 2 products and just work gradually from there. Build your comfort zone as you step into natural skincare, and you'll find that there's a lot of benefits here, both health-wise, but also for your skin, and that you'll still love the way that you look.
Yeah, and if you can't come into the store because you're from out of town or just have a hard time making it in, you'll be able to visit us online at begreater.ca very soon, where you'll be able to purchase your product and either pick it up in store or have it shipped right to your house, which is very convenient.
That is really awesome.
For sure.
And again, if you tuned in late, please either PM me your email address or pop it into the chat box if you would like me to send you my blog article about the top 12 toxic chemicals and all about natural skincare products and why making the switch is a healthy thing for you to do.
Awesome.
Good. So I want to thank Chantelle for hosting us here in Be Greater and for showing us a number of these great products. If you have any questions about them, feel free to write to myself or send Be Greater a message, and we'll help you get started on your journey to natural skincare.
Yeah, your new beauty regime.
Yes, exactly. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.